basketball and encourage those with or without a disability to get involved.
Hello and welcome to the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships. It is game one of the quarterfinals between Germany and France. Germany comes into today's game undefeated so far. They're 5-0 in this tournament. They are the reigning Paralympic champions, and they're in search of their first world crown here at the Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Now France, they have a record of 2 wins, 3 losses. They were 4th in Pool A, competing against Germany, who was the top of Pool B, and they came in 10th at the Paralympics. With their thoughts on the game, we'll send things to our commentators Rob Snook and Marnie Abbott-Peter.
All right, thank you very much, and we are ready to go for a big quarterfinal contest, the first of 4 on the day, and Team Canada will be playing just a little bit later on, but right now it is Germany against France. And 2 European rivals. German team, of course, the Paralympic champions at 5-0 in the tournament. France finished 10th of 10 teams in the London Paralympics. In fact, the French team did not even qualify for the last World Championships in Birmingham in 2010, so they are trying to work themselves back in towards medal contention. And my name is Rob Snook, alongside 3-time Paralympic gold medalist Marnie Abbott-Peter. And how many times? You competed 6 times at the Paralympic Games? No.
5.
5 times. And 3 of them gold. That's not a bad ratio, 60%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably feels like a lifetime ago, but I don't know about you, but your athletic career, mine sometimes does, and then every once in a while you're in the thick of a competition like this, and it seems like yesterday.
Certainly brings back some great memories and just awesome. I mean, we always remember the people, right, Rob? Just so many people that are great people that are involved, and such good friendships around the world.
So these 2 teams come here from different places, of course. France won their first game in the tournament against Mexico, lost against the Netherlands, and Australia won their only other match against Peru. Germany, 5 straight wins in the tournament. China, Great Britain, Brazil, Canada, and Japan. And Germany seemed like they got better through the tournament to land here in the top seed in their pool.
Certainly, they have improved as they've gone along. Germany, a quality team. They know how to win championships. They have a lot of really great athletes on their team, so it'll be interesting to see how things go for them today. So our Rick Hansen difference makers today, Rob. For Germany, we're going to be watching Marijke Ademan. She's one of their tall post players, very consistent. She's an aggressive defender. We may or may not see her start today, but at any point in the game, she can come in and make a big difference. And she's been averaging about 11 points a game for Germany and coming in and playing big minutes for them. And it'll be interesting for us to see how Coach Gunicki is able to guard the large French post player in Saint-Omar Delpin. She's been one of their top scorers as well, averaging about 12 points a game. So she's a little bit taller than the German post players, so if she can get positioned down low, that might be an advantage for France. And then from the French team, we'll be looking at number 15, Angelique Pichon. She's been playing very well, averaging 15 points a game, shooting 50% from the foul line, which has been key for them going through the tournament and should be interesting today. And we'll see what Coach Monette does to neutralize that German offense. They've got 3 big post players with Monen, Aderman, and Schunemann, all averaging over 15 points a game, each playing maybe 25 to 30 minutes a game. So really the rotation through with those 3 big players is tough on any team in terms of defending them.
So that's the story here in this one, a huge quarterfinal game. And maybe in a sense the pressure is on Germany. I mean, they do on paper have the better team, but at the same time, you know, they don't want to falter because this is too early for them to bow out. So maybe a little bit extra pressure on them, where as the French, you kind of say, we made it this far, we're in the top 8, and maybe a little bit looser in a sense.
And we've seen the French team with a pretty quality press here in the tournament, and the German team is known to prefer more of a half-court game. They like to slow down the pace, work to get their big post players in down low and take those close-in shots in the paint. So if the French team can pick up the pace, cause a few turnovers, play a little bit more of that transition game. It might cause some trouble for the German girls today.
This afternoon's game is brought to you by the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Ontario Trillium Foundation supports initiatives in the province to help build healthy and vibrant communities. Their support of this event will increase awareness of wheelchair basketball through legacy programs for wheelchair athletes and school-age youth. And as a school partner, the Canadian Paralympic Committee's vision is for Canada to be the world's leading Paralympic nation. I think I said school partner. They're a sport partner. Their sponsorship of this event will help enable Canada's Paralympic athletes to reach the podium in Rio 2016 and beyond, and in doing so, inspire all Canadians to get involved in sport. The Canadian Paralympic Committee and the Ontario Trillium Foundation, important sport that moves you, sport partners here of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships.
And just with this few minutes, Rob, I'll give a shout out to all our friends in Germany. My husband Richard Peter and I spent 2 years in Germany with the Londil team in Wetzlar and made some really great friends there. So we know everybody's probably up at Tosh's restaurant now watching the game on the big screen. So we'll say hi to Peggy Tosh and Andreas Jonik and Sabina and everybody there that's watching their girls, because they have a great support in their fan club out in Germany for sure.
I've always been impressed at Germany's support of Paralympic sport. I know the Autobach company used to put on an event in Duderstadt, Germany, that was for a lot of amputee athletes, and it was just a huge event. It was a highlight of the year for a lot of those of us who raced, who were amputees and had a chance, and it was like the whole town supported the event and was proud of not only their athletes, but of the event that they put on, that it was a world-class show.
Certainly, yeah, and there's some great sport clubs all around Germany with families involved, from little kids to senior citizens, and everybody comes out, and there's lots of drumming and singing, and of course, all that great beer that's in Germany adds to the atmosphere as well.
Never a party without a little bit of beer, is what you're saying. No.
It's not really alcohol, it's just beer.
That's right. Yeah. Pretty good atmosphere, too. Lots of school kids here getting ready for this one. It's Team Germany against Team France. And this is my first chance to see France, and you've seen them already in the tournament, so this should be great. I've seen Germany already several times.
Yeah, France has a good team, actually. A great little guard in Emily Menard. She's a 2.5. She plays well above her classification. We'll probably see her guarding some of the larger German players, and she's a real spark plug for this French team. Can carry the ball, great leadership. She'll make an impact on this game today as well.
We saw the British team go with a lot of full court press against Germany. Does France have those kind of chair skills to try to go there?
We have seen France press a little bit here, and as a coach, I'm guessing that would be their best opportunity to keep the German big post players out of the paint. So as far as they can keep them away from the basket will be to their advantage. Maybe not right away. We'll maybe see how the game goes, but I think we will see that French press at some point today, Rob.
Fabienne Saint-Omer Delapine on the tip and wins it for France against Geisha Schunemann, who's been one of the stars of this tournament. And France attacking right away. And we've got a foul, and it's against Germany. And I believe it's Monen, the captain, Marina Monen.
Yeah, Marina Monen not happy with that call. She thought she had position on defense, and Pichon just came cutting through the key and hit her. So Pichon's been very good from the line in the tournament, shooting 50%.
That one rattles out.
I think it'll be to France's advantage to get to the free throw line as often as possible in this game.
Perfectly done. There's your 50% for Pichon, and France scores the first basket of the game.
So we do see a little bit of full court pressure here by France.
Zion, her pass for Muller out of range, stolen by France, and here they come attacking. Emily Menard for Angelique Pichon, second in tournament in rebounding, behind Canadian Janet McLaughlin. Agnieszka Glempet-Evard back up top for Omar Delapien, Saint-Omer Delapien, and that misses long range. And Germany will get the ball back, down by one, just in the first minute of this first quarterfinal of the day.
So Germany looks like they're really going to pack in their defense and force France to shoot from outside. If they can continue to do that, they'll be successful.
Annika Zion leaves it there for Geisha Schoenemann. Back to Zion, slashing in, cuts back out, gives to Schoenemann, has a bit of time and nails it. 2 points for Germany.
Schoenemann will look to shoot behind that screen, and they'll definitely look for her when the shot clock goes down. She's not afraid to pull the trigger on a few three-pointers. I'm sure we'll see later in the game as well.
Saint-Omer Delapien for France. French team in blue, of course. Germany in white. 2 European rivals. Emily Menard, the 32-year-old. Long shot misses. Gathered in, though, again by France, and we've got another foul.
No, I think they reset the shot clock there by mistake, so the referee's just going to make a correction. And it looks like the ball will go to Germany for a shot clock violation by France.
It's good to have an expert beside me. Every once in a while a whistle goes, and I go, what? What just happened there? Why did that blow?
Maybe an expert in the sport, but not a pro like you, Rob, and experience in broadcasting, that's for sure.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Monin has the ball. Big star for the German team. Marina Monin twisting, turning, looking to launch one up, and she does, and it rattles in, and Germany has a 4-1 lead.
Simone Coos doing a great job of backing down the French defense to allow Monin to get a little 10-foot shot from the baseline there.
Monin averaging 17.5 points per game. That has her 9th best in tournament scoring. Back in comes Kost. Leaves it there. Underneath it goes. Slashing right in. And France with Glemp Etevard. But they cannot drop it in.
France's press is a little soft right now. They're going to have to really step up their chair skills if they want to stop this German offense from getting across center so easily.
Zion back for Muller, and she is fouled. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but Germany will go to the foul line, already leading 4-1.
Adina Müller is one of the players who plays in the German Bundesliga under Coach Glinicki here, her national team coach as well. They play... and there's rumor that they're going to put an all-women's team in the Bundesliga next year in order to prepare for Rio 2016, which would be great for these ladies to play together in that division. It's a fantastic league.
Muller, she's a little short there. Might want to check the sights on that one.
Muller also spent 4 years in the U.S. and played at the University of Illinois. So she has a bit of that USA experience and skill set in her game as well.
France manages to get it across the timeline quickly. Saint-Omer Delapien, and she is fouled by Zion. No, offensive foul here, looks like.
That'll be on number 6, Costa by France, trying to set that pick. And she just got her foot plate in, hooked the German defense up. Unfortunately, the referee happened to see it that time.
Marina Monin quickly gets a tire change. Just like that, she's ready to go. So Germany already establishing control here in the early stages. Zion curls back. Under pressure from Menard. Slings a pass underneath for Monin. Underneath, further still for Schoenemann, off the glass and in.
Really hard for France to match up with their 2 big post players in Schoenemann and Monin. Great job of passing and moving the ball by Germany there to get the open look for Schoenemann.
Fabienne Saint-Omer Delapien, 42 years of age, from Hazebrouck. That sounds like a Dutch name in France. Well, there you go. Good job by Muller to steal the ball right in the paint, and then she loses it to Pichon, who tried to feed it underneath for Saint-Omer Delapien. And right back comes Schoenemann. She curls off the glass. She's got 6 points already.
Geez, I'd hate to be the statistician on that particular set of plays there with all those turnovers and steal. And the French coach is taking a timeout here. He wants his team to regroup.
So just over 3.5 minutes gone by. 8-1 for Germany already. What have you seen that's most glaring in terms of what France might do differently?
I think France they're really soft on their defense right now. They're going to have to really get on the chairs and stop some chairs early. they're just letting the Germans wheel down and gain the position that they're looking for. So they're going to have to step it up a bit. I don't know if they're worried about getting into foul trouble, but they really need to improve their intensity and aggressiveness on defense right now.
Gives us a chance to recognize our Sport That Moves You official partners. Big thanks to Variety Village, Toshiba, Leading Innovation, and the City of Toronto and the city's host city showcase program Play On, Parasport, and the Toronto 2015 Para-Pan Am and Pan Am Games. Variety Village, Toshiba, and the City of Toronto, proud Sport That Moves You official partners.
So we see Bousseau subbing in for France now for Pichon. Bousseau has come into the game a few times here in this tournament and really made an impact for the French team, so we'll see if she can do that today in their press break.
Not too early to make changes if you see something glaring, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Kuss, the veteran for Germany, tosses back for Zion. Been strong throughout the tournament. Underneath for Kuss, she's got a path to the basket. She makes no mistake.
Simone Kuss, after taking a few years off to have a family, has come back and is playing at this level. It's like she's never skipped a beat. Great pick and roll there with Annika Zion. 2 Class 1s, really putting the pressure on the French defense there and scoring.
France trying to get something established here. Remember, they scored the first basket of the game, down 10-1 now. Saint-Omer Dalpien trying to get away from Kuss. The 4.5 on the classification scale, takes the long shot as close as she could get and comes up short.
Germany doing a great job of keeping France out of the paint. I'm sure that's their game plan.
Marina Monin, the Cologne native, underneath for Muller. One hand bounce pass for Kuss. In it goes for Zion. Her shot is short, and France with a chance to break out. And Fabienne Saint-Omer Dalpien curls in, just can't get any kind of angle towards the basket. Tries to bounce a pass in for Emily Menard. Back it goes for Bousseau. Slings one way high in the air, and that comes up short.
Yeah, the shot clock's running down there, so France really needed to get a shot off and do something.
Another substitution for France. Into the game comes Florence Dumesh-Goudon. Zion right back in again for Germany. 10-1 is the lead in the game for the Paralympic champions. Monin. And just like that, silky smooth.
Yeah, Monin, very consistent shooter. Love to get behind that screen and shoot. France isn't jumping right now, so they're really not putting any pressure on her. It's a pretty easy shot for her.
Domesh-Goudon trying to get away from Schoenemann. Leaves it for Bousseau. And the shot from the outside again by France. That was Glemp-Etevard. And back comes Germany again. Schoenemann. Monin. This time a little off the target. And France will come up with the ball. Saint-Omer Dalpien. Her pass picked off by Schoenemann, racing back in. And give her 8 points and a chance for 9.
Schoenemann playing very well in the middle of that press, anticipating that pass and picking it off and hitting that fast break layup with the foul. Geisha Schoenemann loves that contact. This is really going to get her jacked up. Very good foul shooter as well, so I'm sure she'll be looking to complete the three-point play here. Subs in for both teams now, Rob. We've got Wellenbrewer coming in for Kuss and Mueller on the German side. And number 7 back in the game for France, Glemp-Etevard.
Geisha Schoenemann averaging 18.5 points per game. She has got 9 already here, and we are only not quite 6.5 minutes into the first quarter. 15-1 Germany.
So Mareike Aderman subbing in for Germany now. Another tall post player. Really, they don't lose anything by her coming on the floor. She's also a great shooter. an aggressive defender, and you can see Germany's pulled their press off now and is just letting France come back.
France gets one shot, tries to gather in the rebound. Menard loses the battle to Brewer. And it'll be German ball. Schoenemann having such a great start that the coach Klinicki is saying, have a little rest.
I think we'll see him rotate through his big post players quite a bit in this game. Although there's still a lot of time left here in this game, they want to make sure that they're going to be ready and rested for the semifinals, if that's where they get to for tomorrow as well.
Velen, Zion, or at least Zion took the shot. Pichon breaks out for France. I don't think she's had the ball in her hands as much as maybe we thought she would.
She is definitely one of their main ball handlers and someone they'll look to in this type of defensive pressure.
The pass almost came to you, Arnie.
Almost got in the game there.
Yep.
Annika Zion, Rob, is working for the International Paralympic Committee now in Bonn, and went to school in Alabama and got an education there, and is now using it, putting it to good use with the IPC.
And she just races right into the paint, off the glass and in. It's 17-1 for Germany. Just an incredible start.
Yeah, this German team, very veteran team. They're not taking any teams lightly here, that's for sure. They're going to come out and play as hard as they can, and they're really showing their depth today too, as their bench players are already rotating in here in the first quarter.
Steal again. This is Adderman. Mareike Adderman from Hamburg, Germany. Underneath for Zion. And again, off the glass and in.
Annika Zion, one of the top class ones in the world. She really carried this team in London. She was scoring over 20 points a game. We haven't seen as much of her here in terms of offense, but certainly her speed, agility, and leadership is very important to this German squad.
Emily Menard. Pichon, Angelique Pichon, towards the baseline, puts one up, it's short. Adderman the rebound for Villen. Johanna Villen in for Zion. Monin comes in to follow up and knocks it home.
France looks tired. I think fitness and recovery is a big issue for this team right now. Their starting 5 or 6 players have played big minutes all week, and it's starting to show up a little bit here in the quarterfinals.
Bousseau, youngest player on the floor for France right now, 22 years of age. The pass underneath for Menard. And again, off the French fingertips, and it'll be German ball.
A lot of turnovers here by France. They really need to try and look to pick a little bit, maybe get some crossing in the open court to create 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s and get a couple of easy baskets.
Johanna Villen, a 2-point player on the classification scale. Trying to work a pass in for Adderman. She slings it way across for Monin, slips it underneath for Brewer, and she puts it in the hoop.
This is the thing about this German team. They're great outside shooters, so as soon as you jump to stop that outside shot, they're going to dump it inside on the pick and roll, and the pickers and the lower point players and mid-class players are rolling in and can certainly hit their layups.
Menard trying to find a path towards the basket. Leaves it there for Agnieszka Glemp-Etevard. Over on the outside, and that was Dumesh Godon.
France really not getting the shots they want on offense. Germany's doing a really great job on defense of shutting them down. Oh, right on the buzzer there, layup by Mareike Adderman, but doesn't get it to go.
Marina Monin was enjoying watching that pass. She drilled it in for Adderman. So the first quarter is done, and other than the first basket of the game, which went to France, the quarter was all Germany, 23-1.
Germany just doing a great job defensively. They've caused numerous turnovers. France really not getting any of the shots they would like to see in the front court.
Our next quarterfinal of the day will be China and the Netherlands. Following that will be Australia against Canada. That's at 6 o'clock Eastern Time here in central Canada, and then Great Britain against the U.S., the final quarterfinal of the day at 8 o'clock tonight here in central Canada. So that means your better half back in the West is 3 hours earlier, so he'll be watching the Team Canada game at 3 in the afternoon. Is he critiquing you on a daily basis, saying you should do this or that, or tell that Rob guy to do this? Or?
I don't know if he's been watching many of the other games, so he's mostly been watching Canada, which I haven't had the opportunity to do yet, so haven't had too much critique yet on that end.
He'll write it all up for you when you get home.
Yeah, there's lots of positive feedback and support, that's for sure. Just like all these players at this level, Rob, their family and support system back home are huge and really allow them to be successful at this level and to compete at the Paralympic and the world level. It's great to have that kind of support system when you're an athlete. So some stats from the first quarter, Rob. France with 8 turnovers, really a key factor in what's going on in the game right now. Geisha Schunemann with 11 points, Marina Monin with 9 points, Marika Adaman coming to the game with 3 points. So Germany just rotating through and getting scoring from a wide range of their players now.
So France inbounding, looking to try to slowly turn the tide. We've got more substitutes in for Germany again, and there France gets the first basket of the second quarter. That was Emily Menard.
So Emily Menard created that opportunity by picking and then rolling to the hoop, and if France is able to do that and get one of the German defenders out, they might have a few more opportunities like that one.
Adderman inside for Monin and around the rim and drops it in. That's 11 points for Monin.
Monin just wheeled into the top of the key there untouched. So France's defense is really going to have to pick it up a notch to stop the German post players.
Glimp Etevard, Pichon. And we've got a player down, Florence Dumesh Gadon, rather.
Laura First and Anne Briesman in the game for Germany now. So Coach Galinicki's really going deep into his bench. He's getting everybody into the game early in this game.
Team France trying to get something kind of positive energy-wise going. And we've got...
It's a violation by France there on Saint-Omer Delpine. Good job by the German defense. She went out of bounds in order to try and gain position there, and the referee, that'll be a turnover, and it'll be Germany ball.
Good catch by the official. Good catch by the color commentator, too. First takes the pass from Villain. Cuts into the key. Tries to sling a pass underneath, but I think she changed her mind at the last second. And a battle for it. Finally gobbled up by France. And a Dumesh Godon. Ahead it goes for Saint-Omer Delpine. Trying to find a good shooting position. Takes it towards the baseline. Doesn't want to shoot from there.
Shot clock's ticking down here, though.
Pichon, 1 second, and not paying attention to that shot clock.
France is really having trouble hitting the open player. They actually had Pichon going to the basket there, but Saint-Omer Delpine was dribbling with her head down and was unable to get the ball into her. They're really going to have to capitalize when they get those little opportunities.
It kind of feels like the German team is just kind of on cruise. Everything is just tick, 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 and they got everything all figured out, and the French team is really kind of lost out there in a sense.
It shows the quality and the depth of this German team. Any 5 that are on the floor are able to execute what the coach is asking, and they're doing a great job of it today.
Well, a good battle there by Fabienne Saint-Omer Delpine to get the jump, but it was the possession heading the way of Germany, so they'll have the ball anyway. Johanna Villen just celebrated her 30th birthday from Munich. München, as they say in Germany. If you're watching from there, glad to have you along. You've staying up pretty late, I guess, with us.
Yeah. She's actually originally from Sweden. and moved to Germany in order to play at the international level, because Sweden doesn't have a women's program at that level at this point.
Adderman's shot as she is fouled. And so Marika Adderman will shoot a couple.
Marika also a very good foul shooter. Marika's playing at the University of Wisconsin University of Whitewater in Wisconsin. She's been there for 4 years, just finishing up there, and will be going back to Germany in the fall, I believe. Also playing under Coach Glinnicki in Hamburg.
And there you go, 2 for 2. You mentioned the good foul shooting, and she shows it. Substitution coming in for Germany, Linda Dahl, the 22-year-old from Dusseldorf.
You just like saying that, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to lie.
You've been waiting for her to come in the game.
Germany setting up on defense as France sets up on offense. Emily Maynard underneath for Pichon, tries a little one-handed left-hander and gets fouled in the process.
Yeah, Marika Adderman caught just backing up a little bit on that as Pichon cut through the key.
So Pichon's numbers are really good. 10th in scoring in the tournament, averaging over 15 points per game, but she just hasn't been able to get anything established here yet.
Yeah, so as a number one threat here, the Germans are certainly focusing their defense on her and really making her life difficult.
Villain has it go off her hand, battles for it, does well to come up with it. And Germany goes on the attack. Knocked away from Villain, and Germany's going to get the ball back with 11 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Good hustle by Emily Menard there to come back quickly and tip that ball out of bounds before Germany could attack with their odd number advantage.
Dahl for Adderman. For Dahl. Going to shoot from long range. And that was a little short.
I think that's a little bit outside her range, coming in off the bench, a bit cold maybe. I'm sure we'll look to see that screen a little closer for her next time around.
Saint Omar de la Pienne, finally we see her slashing in a little bit, but comes up short, gets fouled though in the process.
That's a foul on Briesman. That'll be her first personal foul. We'll send Saint Omar de la Pienne to the line. So yeah, front rim off those foul shots again, Rob. I think that sort of speaks to the fatigue here that this French team might be experiencing.
Again, 2 shots, both off the front rim. Villain back for Germany. All 5 of the German players on the floor were not in the starting lineup.
Angelique Pichon showing a bit of frustration there. She's not going to give up another easy basket in the low block.
Just first foul though for Pichon. Second quarter, 29-4. Germany well in control of this quarterfinal. Adderman. And she's been money on the free throw line.
A little bit of a favorable roll on the rim there.
Didn't need it that time. 4 for 4 here in the last couple of minutes for Adderman.
Germany still pressing this French team, causing them trouble, trying to keep their big players out of the play.
Maynard heads towards the baseline, curls back. The pass for Pichon. And that rattles out. But right to Saint Omar de la Pienne. Fresh shot clock for France. Menard, Pichon. Puts it up. And again, off the mark.
German defense causing France to shoot a little outside their range.
Adderman follows Proust to the first to the basket. And her attempt rolls off her fingertips. France is going to get the ball back.
Great defensive hustle there by Emily Menard to come back and shut Laura First down, not allow that layup.
Menard, Saint Omar de la Pienne.
This is where France needs to look to cross and pick in that midcourt area. We're really not looking for that at all, and it's not helping them on the offensive end.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Saint-Omer Delapien. And that's no good either. First. Villain. Adderman. Short. She'll try again. Gets her own rebound and makes sure.
Great job by Marika Adderman to maintain her position in the low block and get that offensive rebound and the putback.
Pichon. Looking for Menard underneath. Raising her hand there was Saint-Omer Delapien saying, give me the ball. They send it in her direction, but it's way wide on the pass. And more substitutes coming in for Germany. Maya Lindholm and Annabelle Brewer.
2 key players in the under-25 German squad, along with Marika Adderman that dominated so much at the U25 tournament in 2011. This German squad is a good mixture of veteran players with some young up-and-comers, so they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come, I think, Rob. And going forwards towards Rio, going to be tough to beat this squad with their youth and their energy and now their real commitment to the program as they're all moving to Hamburg to work together and try and improve all aspects of their game.
Their stiffest competition may well come from the country right on the other side of their border in the Netherlands.
They certainly do have some good battles with each other, that's right.
Under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Rob Snook alongside Marnie Abbott-Peter. And Adrienne South is wandering. She's lurking around the building, getting ready to find us another storyline or two to share when the intermission, which is just in the halftime rather, which will come up shortly. That's my hockey and me coming out again.
Is it halftime?
Intermission.
Oh, intermission.
Yeah.
I think she's up there eating cotton candy with the kids, actually.
That's just research. She's doing her research.
That's right.
Brewer directing traffic. Sends the ball ahead for Lindholm after she sent Lindholm to the proper location. Into the key, now into the corner for Dahl. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath for Adderman. No mistake about it.
Adderman having no problem getting into the paint and posting up against the shorter French defenders.
Kathy Laurent is in the lineup now for France. Has the ball, gets the shot, and nails it.
Good give and go there by France, and that opportunity was created by Menard setting a pick at center, so it all translates down into the offensive court if you do set 1 or 2 good picks along the way.
Brewer, good defense by Menard. Pass in for Lindholm.
It's a long time in the key there by Germany.
Dahl misses. Pichon gathers in the rebound. And France has a chance for back-to-back buckets. Agnieszka Glemp-Etevard for Pichon, for Menard, for Laurent. Doesn't shoot. Watched by Briesman. Leaves it there for Pichon. 2 seconds on the shot clock. She puts up a brick. And Germany will quickly break it back out again.
Germany good in transition here, getting out early on the break.
And Brewer finishes it off.
The German bench doing a great job coming into this game and extending the gap against France.
Emily Menard, ball handler, 2.5 pointer, gives to Kathy Laurent, 4.5 pointer for Pichon. Underneath for Laurent. Pichon, left-handed shot is short again. A little rushed, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like she's rushing her shot a little bit today, and that's to the credit of the German defense. She's not getting many looks, and when she does, she's just trying to get that ball off.
French team, as we mentioned, finished 10th at the London Paralympics. Did not qualify for the last World Championships. France's best result ever at a Worlds was 1990 finished 5th when the event was held in France at Saint-Etienne. The French women's team has never won a medal at Paralympics, but the men's team won gold in 1984. I believe those were in Stoke Mandeville. Kind of Paralympics were split between New York and Stoke that year.
That was a long time ago.
It's even before your time, is what you're saying?
Yes, pretty much. I think I might have been in the hospital then. Just had acquired my injury.
Okay. Agnieszka Glempetevaard in for Pichon. Path to the basket, and everything going right except the finish.
France just can't get a break. That'll be a foul there by Laurent. Oh. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Kathy Laurent.
Schoenemann back into the game now for Germany, taking out Adderman. And Umi Fall is in the game for France, giving Emily Menard a rest.
You just wanted to say her name.
I did.
37-6 for Germany. Lindholm. Schoenemann directing traffic. Sends Dahl into the corner. Sends her the ball. She takes her time. And not quite on. She'll get another shot. Or will she? With all kinds of hands in her face. Can't quite make it. And France rebounds. Pichon ahead for Sandrella Ewad. The pass finds Pichon, eventually drops it off for Glempetevaard. Laurent to the basket, and she is fouled on the way.
Good little pass fake there, and then Laurent went to the hoop to draw the foul.
We are in the Mattamy Athletics Center, the old Maple Leaf Gardens, where the National Hockey League team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, played for decades and decades. They now play a little south of here in what's called the Air Canada Center. If you're watching us from somewhere else in the world, of course, we're talking about ice hockey.
We actually took a cruise through there last night on the way to Union Station after the Blue Jays game, trying to stay out of the rain.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sloppy night. There was some flooding and some of the roads were blocked, and
felt like I was back at home for a second.
Germany with a 29-point lead at Dahl. In for Schoenemann. Fires it underneath for Dahl, and she puts it in the hoop.
Great look by Geisha Schoenemann to see Dahl down low there. She was looking to shoot and then realized Dahl was wide open on the baseline.
Schoenemann has 11 points already, and she just wanted to share the wealth, I think. Menard slings a pass underneath for Pichon. And she puts the ball in the basket. I don't think it's going to count, but she's going to get to go to the free throw line. Or not.
No, I think the ref's saying it's going to be on the side that was on the pass. She got fouled. So it wasn't actually in the act of shooting.
But the fact that she actually put the ball in the basket has to just count for a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, and both teams are near the penalty, so the next foul they would be shooting the bonus.
Kathy Laurent will inbound for France. French team finished 4th in Pool A. German team finished 1st in Pool B. And France, and I believe that was Laurent.
Coach Glinicky really encouraging his group to get in the transition game and get on their chairs and get up the court quickly. Great block by Pichon there.
And here is a break for France. Umi Fall off the glass and in. Makes it look easy when you do it like that.
Yeah, that all started with that block by Angelique Pichon and getting the ball outletted early, and Umi Fall used her speed to get up and gain an advantage.
Geisha Schoenemann goes down. No foul on the play. Back comes France again. 4 seconds. 3. Laurent, and that's short. But France with a little bit of energy here in the late stages of the second quarter, but they are down 39-10 against the reigning Paralympic champions from Germany.
Great job by Germany there in that half. Their bench came in, did a fantastic job executing Coach Glinicki's game plan in terms of their offensive plan as well as on defense, keeping France away from the key.
So Germany started with their starters and got big points from Schoenemann and Monen and the likes, and then brought in the substitutes, but they are off and running in this one. A 29-point lead for Germany after the first half here at the Mattamy Athletic Center and the Women's World Championships. Now we've got a special video presentation that we'd like to share with you, and then in just a short time we will hear Adrian South with a special guest.
I'm here at the Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships are taking place. With 12 teams competing here, it's the largest wheelchair basketball championship in history. But when this tournament ends, a legacy will remain. The official schools program was launched in 2014, and it's made possible by Sunrise Medical, Quickie, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation.
So the schools program, what we've been doing with that is we've been going to schools across the GTA. We've been bringing in our national athletes who do presentations to the students about their experiences with the sport, overcoming obstacles. We follow that by doing a demonstration component where we actually have students get in the chairs, try out the sports, we do some drills, and then they actually get to play a game. But it's overall just giving them a good understanding of what the sport's about and actually giving them the opportunity to try it.
Mike Longo says he's thrilled with the partnership.
And it was a great partnership for us because we were able to help them bring this program to the schools and create awareness for this great game. And you see it today with thousands and thousands of kids here in the stands, and just excited to come cheer Canada on. So the program reached close to 100 schools in the GTA, and it was a great program. It was a lot of fun, and we're very proud to be partnered with Wheelchair Basketball Canada on that.
I think what's been amazing is being able to go to those schools where we do have students in chairs, and it being a sport that anyone can participate in, whether you're in a chair or you're able-bodied, everyone's on the same level playing field, and I think that's been really rewarding for a lot of the students that have gotten to participate in the program.
Just to see the kids engaged and really trying the sport, and just seeing how really maybe getting a better appreciation for how phenomenal these athletes are and how hard the game really is. They get to try it in a chair, and when you're sitting in a chair shooting a basket 10 feet up, it's pretty hard. So it brought a lot of great awareness to the sport and a lot of fun too at the same time.
So we're so thankful for the support we've gotten from the Ontario Trillium Foundation in terms of funding the program, but also as well Quickie for their sponsorship of the wheelchairs. Without them, we wouldn't have had the wheelchairs to go to the schools and to actually have that component where the students actually get to get in the chairs and actually try out the sport.
The schools program is designed to educate students and teachers about the sport of wheelchair basketball and encourage those with or without a disability to get involved.
At the major games I've been at, Beijing, London, the volunteers have been just amazing. They've been so special and make the games more special for the athletes. There have been so many just random occurrences that the volunteers have done to help make the athletes' lives better, and their friendliness and willingness to help out just makes life easier, and really it's a team effort to make these games happen, any games happen, and the volunteers play a humongous role. And it's a lot of the things that the athletes talk about after is how amazing the volunteers were, how friendly they were, and Toronto's a great city. I talk about Toronto everywhere I go. I've traveled the world, and it's my favorite city. So I would really encourage, even if you're outside of Toronto, to come in and volunteer for the games. I guarantee you'll have an amazing experience, get to meet lots of interesting people, lots of athletes, and build some relationships and an experience that will last a lifetime for sure.
Hi everyone, I'm Rick Hansen, and I'm proud to be the honorary chair of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships. I'd like to welcome and congratulate everyone who's participating in this year's games. The players, coaches, sponsors, spectators, organizers, and volunteers. Everyone is working together to make these games a huge success. Sport has played an important role in actually promoting accessibility and inclusivity for all. These games, they show that despite the challenges, that you can set goals and chase dreams. You can work hard to achieve anything you want to once you set your mind to it. And excellence is everywhere. So challenge yourself to enjoy the moment and most of all, be the best that you can be. Enjoy the games, everyone.
At the major games I've been at, Beijing, London, the volunteers have been just amazing. They've been so special and make the games more special for the athletes. There have been so many just random occurrences that the volunteers have done to help make the athletes' lives better, and their friendliness and willingness to help out just makes life easier, and really it's a team effort to make these games happen, any games happen, and the volunteers play a humongous role. And it's a lot of the things that the athletes talk about after is how amazing the volunteers were, how friendly they were, and Toronto's a great city. I talk about Toronto everywhere I go. I've traveled the world, and it's my favorite city. So I would really encourage, even if you're outside of Toronto, to come in and volunteer for the games. I guarantee you'll have an amazing experience, get to meet lots of interesting people, lots of athletes, and build some relationships and an experience that will last a lifetime for sure.
Your media badge, sir?
2 seconds slow, Naima. You'll get it this time. You'll get it.
Okay.
All right, hang in
Got
there.
it. I got
you
it.
got it. Just move it. Move it. When most people think of the Pan Am, Para-Pan Am Games, they think of the athletes. But do you know who the real heroes of the games are? The volunteers.
Parking. Parking in Spanish.
You have to actually know the word.
I don't know it.
Well, we'll get it to you. We'll get it to you. But first, the movements. Just work on the movements. Yep, that's good. That's good. As volunteer coach, I like to think my job is 50% perspiration, 50% motivation, and 50% tough love. We get volunteers of all kinds, young, old, scared, enthusiastic.
Où est le stade aquatique?
Votre autobus est là-bas, monsieur.
¿Cuándo es la final de Yabelina?
Comienza a las 4:30.
Oh, my mouth is dry.
Refreshing mint?
Yes! That's what I'm talking about!
Felicidades!
Sure, they don't get medals or media recognition, but they are the backbone of a highly sophisticated sport machine.
Bottles. Down. Bottles. Down. Bottles. You want to try that again? Yes. I think we should. You think? Yes. All right. Keep your head in the game. Keep your head in the game. Down. Bottles. Nice recovery. Nice recovery.
It doesn't matter how you arrive, you're going to leave a champion. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you have what it takes to join us? See you at the games.
Okay, people, let's go. Move it. Move it. Move, 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 move.
Thanks very much. I am here with some very special guests. I have Danique, Camila, and Kiera. They are here from the Island Public School. Who are you cheering for?
Germany!
How come?
Because they're awesome.
What's your favorite part about the day so far, Camila?
That we're like cheering for the team that we're going for.
Awesome. And Kiera, what's your favorite thing about the game?
How good they're playing.
How good they're playing. What do you like about the game? What makes you excited to watch this?
I'm excited to watch the game because it's really awesome to see people with a disability still able to do what they love, and they're good at it too, like really good at it.
What would it mean for you to see Germany win here? Would you be really excited to see Germany win?
Yes.
And by the looks of the score, do you think they will?
Yes.
Yeah, so she thinks that they will hang on to this lead. Do you think Germany's going to win?
Yeah, totally.
Do you think Germany's going to win?
Yeah.
All right, and what do you guys want to say to the German players? What do you want to say to all the players here?
We want to say that you guys are doing a very good job.
All right, what do you want to say?
You guys are doing an excellent job.
And what would you want to say to any of the athletes watching from any of the teams?
I wish you so much luck and have an amazing game. You guys are really awesome.
All right, thanks very much. These are the lovely ladies from Toronto Island Public School. I will send things back to Rob and Marnie in the booth.
All right, thanks, Adrian. Wow, nice job. And Marnie, we're on TV now, so you should look at the camera, and we can smile. All right, we are, we're having a lot of fun here this week. Marnie and I are catching up, former Paralympic athletes, and just fun to be part of a world championship. I love the world championships because you get to focus on one sport, and the Paralympics are great because you get to focus on lots of sports, but the world championships, it's, you kind of fall in love, for me, you fall in love with the sport, and then you get to just kind of focus on it every day, and that makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. And I just noticed when I was in the back, Rob, our friends from the CCES are here, so the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport. There is drug testing here, which is standard procedure at any World Championships or Paralympic Games. So just to make sure that all the athletes are playing on a fair playing field and playing with that sportsmanship and not using any type of enhancing drugs or performance-enhancing types of substances. Really, I don't recall any problems ever in women's wheelchair basketball over the years, although I have been on the receiving end of the drug testing many times, which I'm sure you have too. So right now for France, turnovers are a key factor. You can see they have 10 turnovers. The German defense really doing their job. France only shooting 16% from the field. Again, speaks to the German defense. Germany doing a great job, shooting over 70% from the foul line and over 60% from the field. So doing a fantastic job on both ends of the court here.
So Team Germany off and running here on their way to the semifinals, it would seem, and I would imagine that for the French team, they're just going to try to have as good of a second half as they can to build for the future.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and dig deep for that last ounce of energy that they have left for this 20 minutes of basketball and see how they can finish.
The province of Ontario is pleased to support this event that removes barriers to exceptional athleticism and promotes the realization of personal goals and dreams. Ontario, the birthplace of the sport of basketball's inventor, James Naismith, and it's in his pioneering spirit that the province of Ontario is thrilled to sponsor this Women's Wheelchair Basketball Championship. And the Sport Canada hosting program fosters an inclusive sports system that promotes physical activity, sport participation, athletic success, and active living. Sport Canada, proud to support Canada's wheelchair basketball athletes from playground to podium in their pursuit of sporting excellence. And don't forget, at the end of today's game, we will have our Sunrise Medical Quickie Player of the Game. Sunrise Medical, the maker of Quickie Sport Chairs, proud to sponsor this event. Sunrise Medical mission is to improve people's lives. Quickie, live without limit, the premier partner here of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships.
Just to quickly review our Rick Hansen difference makers, Rob. Marika Adderman is coming off the bench for Germany, scoring 10 points, 7 rebounds in just 11 minutes of play. So really made an impact here, shooting 4 for 4, 100% from the foul line. And for France, Angelique Pichon, she's been struggling with this tough German defense. She's 0 for 6 from the field right now, only really able to score 2 points from the foul line. So very difficult outing for her today, the German defense really getting the job done.
Germany's going to bring back a couple of their starters into the lineup. The captain, Marina Monin, is in, as is Muller, Adina Muller. A couple of the German players celebrating birthdays while they were in Canada. Johanna Velen turned 30 a couple days ago, and Adina Muller will turn 31 on the weekend. Here we go. Second half action, France and Germany. Agnieszka Glemperavard inbounds. The ball rolls in. It gets rolled into the player underneath. That was Perrin Kost, and her shot misses. Otherwise, France would have had the first basket in the first seconds of each quarter.
France set a pick there, and that's what created that opportunity, so they'll look to do that more here in the second half.
Muller in for first, in for Monin, and just like that, gives Germany its first basket of the second half.
Marina Monin just wheeled untouched from the other end right into that low block for the advantage there.
And Laurent in for Menard. Rebounded by France, and Amélie Menard puts it in.
I think that was Kathy Laurent that scored the basket there on the offensive rebound. Germany here on the break now. Great in transition again.
Muller has a clear path to the basket, and when she does, she'll make no mistake.
Adina Muller, very, very good 2.5 player, very solid, consistent shooter as well.
Saint-Omer Delapin throws ahead for Amélie Menard. Looking up, still 12 seconds to work on the shot clock. The pass comes back for Saint-Omer Delapin and leaves it there for Laurent. Her long-range shot drops in, and 4 points already here early in the half for Cathy Laurent.
Laurent's done a great job coming in off the bench for France and providing with them some offense.
Villain fires a pass underneath for Muller, who's all by herself, and again scores her fourth point of the half already.
Good job on Germany in transition again, getting that advantage early in the open court.
Germany just has so many weapons. You think you have the big guns covered and someone else will come through.
That's right. They're able to pick up and score the easy layups.
Lindholm finds Monin. Surveys the scene. Takes her time. Still 12 seconds on the shot clock. Marina Monin, 35-year-old veteran, slings a pass across for Villain.
I don't think she realizes the shot clock's down here. Oh.
She does take the shot. It's a little short. Cathy Laurent back down again for France. Drops it there for Glemperavard, and she just walks in, gets a pretty good shot, but misses. Hit a few more of those, and
yeah, they're just. I think it's that fatigue, and when we get tired, the decision making and the focus certainly start to falter a little bit, and that might be affecting their shooting.
Villain tries to pass inside, broken up. This time Germany runs out of the shot clock.
Coach Glenicki probably advising his players to use as much of that shot clock as possible. Really probably not going to want to try and rack up the score too much, although still wanting his team to be executing their offense successfully.
Laurent. Path to the basket. That time she is long on the shot. And Muller comes up with a rebound. Up ahead. Eventually finds Monin first. Nice little dribble. Carries into the paint. Drops it off. Now Monin underneath, and no problem.
Yeah, the French defense is just collapsing, and Monin is pretty much just scoring at will now in any position she wants to wheel to.
Laurent races down, and nice defense for Lindholm. Laurent tries the little left-handed shot, doesn't work. And it is Johanna Villain. Drops it off for Monin. Rolls off her fingertips. Rolls out of bounds.
That was tipped out off France, so Germany will have the ball with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Annika Zion is checking back in the game now for Germany. As well Bousseau for the French side.
Marianne Bousseau, as we mentioned, youngest player on the French team at 22. Now, at the under 25 World Championships of years ago, did the French have a team?
They did not have a team, but apparently they're going to have a European under 25 championships later this summer, and I do believe they do have a team competing in that tournament.
Interesting to see if there's some up-and-comers ready to get close to stepping in on this team.
Yeah, along with GB, the Netherlands, and Germany, of course.
Glempettevard. In it goes for Saint-Omar Delpien, underneath for Bousseau, and in the hoop for France.
Marina Monin doesn't like that, no call. She thought that was an offensive foul there.
Monin drops off for Zion. Back to Monin. Across for Muller. Launches a shot that goes off the fingertips of the French player Saint-Omar Delpien. That's got to be frustrating for France.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Really, they're not getting any sort of favorable breaks or rolls go their way in this game at this point.
Muller. Zion uses the screen. And now France will go on the attack. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Menard tries a little blind over the shoulder pass to Saint-Omar Delpien.
I think Delpien thought she was going to shoot the layup there and was just getting rebounding position, not quite ready for that pass.
Zion. Monin, and this time off her fingertips and out, and she looks a little frustrated. Germany getting ready for a substitution. Into the game comes Laura First. Out of the game, Johanna Villen. Agnieszka Glempettevard leaves it for Piran Kost, 30-year-old from Lyon. Slings a pass for Glempettevard underneath, and there's the basket for Marianne Bouzou.
We saw some glimmers of that earlier in the tournament from Bouzou. If she come in for France here now and score a few hoops, that would be great for them.
Marina Monin weaving her way into the offensive zone. Slips a pass underneath for Muller, and she just loses the handle.
Tough catch without that rotation in the trunk in order to catch a ball that's being thrown from directly behind you.
Underneath for France, a little fade away by Saint-Omar Delpien.
Yeah, she's definitely fatigued, and that's a perfect shot for her. This is where she needs to get into that low block in the paint, but unfortunately unable to finish there.
Muller, Monin, money.
We liked him with his obliterations this morning. He'd love that one. I'm sure he's listening, laughing his head off right now.
I'm not sure if you said obliteration or alliteration.
Alliteration?
Sounded like you said obliteration.
I might have. I'm a little tired myself.
Yeah, I hear you. When you said something about being tired in decision making, I thought you were looking at me. Saint-Omar Delpien, nice pass underneath for Menard.
Good job of Menard to keep that offensive rebound alive. Only 4 seconds on the shot clock now for France.
Double substitution coming in for Germany, Schoenemann and Villen. Glempettevard sharing a moment with the referee. Now the pass for Bouzou, and the shot off the mark. Schoenemann. Really strong athlete for Germany. Has showed it throughout the tournament. Drops it for Villen. Nice rebound for France.
Germany is playing slightly under points right now. This normally wouldn't be a lineup that they would use.
Saint-Omar Delpien, the pass intended for Menard, and she had cut to the basket, and the ball was nowhere near her. Pichon coming back in for France. Germany with Muller. for Schoenemann. Takes her time. Still a dozen seconds on the shot clock. Across for Villen. Rattles it to the glass, but short. And Pichon for Buzeau. And we've got a traveling call on Marianne Buzeau.
France really having a hard time right now. Interesting point about Geisha Schoenemann. She has an identical twin sister. So you might glance up in the stands and think you see her sitting there, but it's her sister, Micah, who's a great fan and supporter of wheelchair basketball.
Villen with a shot that misses. And a Pichon for Menard. Being watched by Lindholm. Pass ahead for Buzeau. You can just kind of sense that the French want to rely on Buzeau a little more. And let's see if she can rise to the challenge.
Germany's doing a good job of keeping her out of threat position. It speaks to the chair skills there of Adina Mueller and Laura First, doing a good job of guarding a 4.5 player.
France ran out of time on the shot clock. Final minute now of the third quarter. France down by 31 points. Muller, Villen, Schoenemann. Muller takes the shot, and it won't drop. And Pichon the rebound. Buzeau, Menard gets across the center stripe for Pichon, and Schoenemann just blasts right back into the defensive position, take it in front of Pichon. Now Glenn-Bedevard, Buzeau with a shot, and she was a little off balance.
Yeah, they spun her chair a little bit on that shot. I'm not sure if she did that herself or if the defense actually did that, but just unable to capitalize on that opportunity.
5 seconds left in the third quarter. Schoenemann, will she take one last shot? Doesn't need to. She will anyway with one arm, and got it there. Just a little off the mark, but Germany basically just maintains its lead 49-18 through three quarters over their European rivals, France. If you're on Twitter and you're tweeting about this event, the hashtag is, as you see on the screen, 2014 WC Basketball. And you can say all kinds of great things about Marnie Abbott-Peter and how talented she is as a broadcaster and all those kinds of things.
Rob, you're way too kind. You have been up too long today. Rob's teaching me all the tricks. And it certainly is a pleasure to work with you. I'm really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun this week.
I'm having fun too.
Yeah.
And getting ready for 3 more games today. We've got China against Netherlands next, and then Australia against Canada. And I wonder if you and Coach Tim Frick will be as nervous as you were the last time Canada had a big game.
I don't feel as nervous, actually. I think Team Canada really knows how to play Australia, and the Australians sometimes don't perform well in pressure situations, and this certainly is a big game for them. So if Canada can play the way they have so far in this tournament, I don't know that it's going to be too much of a problem for them.
Interesting.
I'm pretty confident in our girls. Great group of girls, some fantastic athletes, and some real quality people on that squad led by Bill Johnson and Michael Broughton.
And then the final game of the day, we'll have Great Britain against USA, and because neither Marnie or Tim can put up with me for the whole day, they will split duty in those 4 games.
Yeah, I don't know if my voice is going to last the rest of the weekend, actually. It's starting to get a little raspy.
Brewer takes the inbound from Zion. Fourth quarter underway. The reigning Paralympic champions from Germany well on their way to the semifinals. Trying to use everyone on the roster. The pass finds Adderman, leaves for Zion. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Puts it up. Little short. Adderman the rebound. Fresh shot clock. Misses the first. Gets her own. And finally puts it in and one for Marika Adderman.
Pichon getting called on the foul there. She really confused as to what the referee is, what his interpretation of that foul was. But any rate, Marika, who's been perfect from the line so far today, is shooting 2 more.
Make it 5 for 5 for Marika Adderman from the free throw line. And she has 13 points in the game. I was kind of hogging the stat sheet, Marnie, so I'll pass that over to you now.
Thank you. Turnover still a factor for France here in the second half.
Amélie Menard. Menard underneath for Pichon. And she is fouled. Foul, I believe, was against Anna Briesman. Her second of the game.
Pichon's been shooting about 50% from the line, so hopefully she can add a few more points to her team's total here.
Pichon 10th in tournament scoring, just over 15 points per game. Well, there's your 50% again. 1 for 2 on that visit to the charity stripe.
France not even attempting to press Germany at all anymore, just coming back and trying to keep their players out of the paint.
Zion, Adderman, Dahl, Adderman, Zion, Adderman, Dahl. She'll put up a shot. That's a little short. And France the rebound. And Buzo has to hustle to get to it. She does. Buzo way up top. Ball finds Menard. Slings it underneath for Pichon under all kinds of duress, and she can't get enough height on the shot.
Well, she's looking for a foul there. I think she might have got tapped from behind there by the German defender. It really altered her shot.
So a whole trio of French players into the game, including their tall player Fabienne Saint-Omar Delapin. Adderman trying to get away from Pichon. Underneath, the pass goes for Briesman and in the basket.
Great job by Annabelle Brewer there, slashing to the hoop and able to finish that layup. Briesman set the pick in order to open that lane up for her.
Dropped off for Florence Dumesh-Guedon. And Germany steals it again. Adderman. Brewer. And knocked out of her hands, but it'll still be Germany ball. No bounces going the way of France. That time at Saint-Omar Delapin. Just basically, she did half the job. Couldn't finish it off.
No, she had a significant height advantage there and shot.
Dahl, Adderman. She needed to be a little further from the basket because when she's at the free throw line, she has no problem. Saint-Omar Delapin. She's back at the free throw line and not on target.
France just doesn't have anybody finding their shooting rhythm today to be able to help them out offensively.
Zion surveys the scene. The looks on her face, not liking what she was seeing laid out in front of her. Dahl now takes the shot. And the rebound gathered in by Saint-Omar Delapin. Don't forget at the conclusion of today's game, we will have the Quickie Player of the Game, the Sunrise Medical Quickie Player of the Game. Be tough to choose in this one.
Yeah.
There's a basket for Saint-Omar Delapin.
We saw a lot from that earlier in the tournament, and maybe she can hit a few more of those shots here in the fourth quarter to help her team get a little closer.
Down goes Adderman, quickly back up again. And we've got substitutions, Schoenemann and Villen back in, so Coach Glenicki, I think, just wants to keep all of his players kind of in the rhythm.
Definitely just rotating through the bench, making sure everybody gets some minutes and gets a good push in today.
Inbounded to Geisha Schoenemann. Her pass underneath for Adderman.
Juliette Watine in the game for France now.
Well, the French coaches bringing their players in as well and getting everybody a taste of action here at the World Championships. Schoenemann. She'll shoot from there, and she will hit from there. That could be just so valuable for Germany later in the tournament if they could get Schoenemann hitting from way out there.
Yeah, Geisha really likes that outside shot, and we really look to shoot it. She'll shoot the 3 in transition, which really is tough on defenses. We may see that tomorrow.
Glampetavard, Saint-Omar de la Pen, a little short, and she was way out by 3-point land.
Yeah, a little bit outside her range.
Schoenemann, traveling call here against the German superstar.
So Schoenemann with her 2 pushes and momentum, and then took a turn, which constituted that 3rd push in the travel. She's trying to tell the ref she dribbled it before she turned, but he's not buying it.
It's a Peter Gabriel song that has a line in it. If looks could kill, they probably will. Came to mind there. Watine with a shot nowhere close to the basket.
France is struggling now in the offensive end.
Cyan just cuts her way right in. Underneath for Adderman, no problem.
Adderman great in transition, getting out early, getting into that low post position.
Timeout called by France. Trying to regroup a little bit, just under 5 minutes to go. 4th quarter, 58-21, Germany leading. Don't forget our next game will be China against the Netherlands, 3 o'clock Eastern time, and then Canada against Australia, 6 o'clock Eastern. The final game of the day, the final quarterfinal of the day, Great Britain against the U.S. That should be a good one.
Yeah, Great Britain, of course, coached by U.S. coach Miles Thompson, so bringing a lot of the same philosophies from his U.S. experience to this GB team. So it'll be interesting to see 2 teams with such a similar style, especially defensively, going up against each other.
The energy on the 2 sides is palpable. You can just see the French team, even though they know they're going to win, or the German team, you know they're going to win the game, and everybody's still got lots of energy, lots of eye contact, and then the French team is just trying to generate something here in the late stages.
Yeah, you can see by the looks of their fans in the stands between them and the German fans that they pretty much know the outcome of this game, and they're pretty excited to see this German squad heading to the semifinals tomorrow.
Well, you told me to look for Geisha Schoenemann's sister, so I am turning around backwards trying to see if I can find someone who looks just like her. So far, I haven't had any success.
I saw her husband here earlier.
Does he look like her too?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that would be kind of really weird. France with the ball. They didn't like the way it was inbounded. And they're going to bring it all the way back. I think what happened here is the French player, Umi Fall, still had her water bottle attached to her chair.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
Vatin, the long pass picked off by Adderman, and the foul against France and Gail Boussiard.
She's seeing her first minutes here in this game.
Schoenemann will inbound for Adderman. Schoenemann. She'll take a long shot. That one just a little short.
Schooneman, very good shooter. We played together a few times on the second team in Germany when I was there, and she had no problem putting up 30 or 36 points a game. Loving that outside shot and shooting the threes.
Juliette Vatin for Sandrella Awad. The pass eventually finds Saint-Omar Delapin underneath for Fall, and it won't.
Good job by Umi Fall getting that shot off, being guarded there by Marika Adderman. Not able to finish, unfortunately.
Here's Adderman the other way, drops off for Villain. Her shot a little short, and rebounded by France and Fabienne Saint-Omar Delapin.
This German squad still showing that energy they had at the beginning of the game, getting out quickly in transition and advancing the ball up the court.
Not a lot of points scored here. I don't think any in the fourth quarter yet. Certainly not many. Not since the timeout, I mean.
Right, yeah, Germany's just using the shot clock here and just trying to play solid defense to finish the game out.
Boussiard, Saint-Omar Delapin, she hits, but long after the shot clock had expired.
That's Murphy's Law right there.
Full-scale substitutions pretty much coming in for Germany. Muller and Kuss, who we haven't seen in quite a while, and Monin.
So this is Germany's starting lineup, getting a little push here at the last 3 minutes of the game, ending with some momentum, I'm guessing, to start off and set the tone for tomorrow.
Sion, Schoenemann, Monin, and Money again. 60 points for Germany, a 39-point lead.
Monin able to come in off the bench cold and nail that shot. Just such a veteran player, quality shooter.
Sion, glass and in on the nice pass from Schoenemann.
Germany is pressing now to finish the game, just to add a little emphasis to this lead they have.
Boussiard manages to bring it in. Her team only has 10 seconds now to work. Underneath, the pass intended for Umi Fall, picked off by Germany, and Kuss leads the way back down the floor for Muller. Her pass finds Schoenemann, and fouled in the act of shooting. She'll shoot a couple.
Foul on number 4, Sandrella Awad.
Some change substitutions. No, we have a timeout being called here by France with 2:44 to go.
I think France is just going to talk about their press break again. They have an opportunity to improve on it here in the last 2 minutes of the game. See if they're able to do that or not. I think their coach is just talking to them a little bit about spacing.
Marnie, we just want to thank the Hershey Company, Add Up Display, and True Sport for their sponsorship of these World Championships. They are Sport That Moves You official partners. We also want to thank the Courtyard by Marriott, the Rick Hansen Foundation, and Tourism Toronto. Again, a trio of our Sport That Moves You official partners. Don't forget, we've got Canada coming up later in the day against Australia in their quarterfinal. Before that, it's China against the Netherlands. And then after the Canadian game, Great Britain against the U.S., 8 o'clock Eastern Time. That will wrap up our 4 quarterfinals. Then tomorrow we will have, it'll be semifinal day tomorrow here at the MAC, the Mattamy Athletic Center, the old Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Very exciting day. I always love the semifinals. My favorite game of the tournament.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know why, I'm sure. But even as a coach now, I really enjoy that particular part of the tournament when we happen to make it there.
Schoenemann. And she hits them both. So under 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Back into the game for France is Cathy Laurent, Pichon, Umi Fall for Pichon. Pichon doesn't shoot. Koos on her. Drops it off as the shot clock runs out. And the shot came from Dumesh Gadun. But Germany commits, I don't know, was that a giveaway there? I missed it.
It was a turnover, yeah. So Germany came up with the ball, and again in transition now.
Now they come back the other way. And Schoenemann. Down to the floor goes Zion, and she says to Schoenemann, I don't even need help. I can get this myself.
This is one of the amazing things about Annika Zion. I don't know of any other Class 1 player in the world that's able to get up off the floor like that once they've been knocked over.
And she's got a scratch on her knee, and she's laughing about it, but the referee's saying you're going to have to substitute out.
Yeah, anytime there's blood, normally a player will have to lead the game until that's taken care of.
So into the game comes Annabelle Brewer. Tell you something interesting about Brewer. She's the youngest player on the German team. There you go. 21.
She, I don't know, I haven't heard all of the German gossip lately, but I think her boyfriend actually plays on the men's team that'll be heading to Korea for the men's world championships, and the German team has a good, strong squad going over there as well.
Can you say who her boyfriend is, or is that top secret?
That's all top secret.
Top secret information. Umi Fall with a long shot. Monin, little push back for Schoenemann. She fires it ahead for Koos, who's heading to the basket by herself. She misses, but Monin will convert.
Yeah, Pichon not blocking out at all. Just an easy rebound and put back for Monin there.
Laurent, Pichon. And the shot is fired and bounces around the rim and drops in for Florence Dumesh Gadun.
Good range shown by Gadun there. That's a pretty long shot outside the screen.
Schoenemann. Speaking of good range, she can hit from just about anywhere.
Schoenemann showing very good focus today and shooting, and she's really feeling it. Her rhythm is good. You can see her really looking for other options and then taking her shot when it's there.
Pichon. Laurent runs into Umi Fall. Pass across for Pichon. 3 seconds, 2. Somebody better shoot. And not in time for Cathy Laurent. So just over half a minute to play here. This battle of European teams, not quite what we thought it might be or could be. France just couldn't get anybody hot and couldn't really put any doubt in the mind of Germany today.
No, Germany really demonstrating superior chair skills. I think their fitness and strength and conditioning also showing up here late in the tournament, able to execute that full court defense and play that quick transition game, getting out early and getting those fast breaks and getting their post players into the low block.
Maybe one last shot here for France. Pichon will take it, and if they would have got a little more of that from her today, might have been a little bit of a different story. But Germany is just going to let this one run out, and Germany is off to the semifinals with a 70-25 win over France in our first quarterfinal of the day.
So great job. Congratulations to this German squad, and we'll say a good Abend to all our listeners out in Germany. I'm sure they'll be supporting their team tomorrow in the semifinals.
The Sunrise Medical Quickie Player of the Game will be presented now by Bernie Gluckstein, personal injury lawyer and board member of Parasport Ontario. And the award will go to Germany's Mareike Adderman is going to get the Sunrise Medical Quickie Player of the Game. Sunrise Medical, the maker of Quickie Sport Chairs, proud to sponsor this event and each game, honored to bring you the Quickie Player of the Game. The Sunrise Medical mission is to improve people's lives. Quickie, live without limits. Marijke Adderman, who led Germany in points in the gold medal game at the Paralympics in London 2 years ago. Strong effort for her today, and her stats show 15 points along with 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of steals. Not a bad day at all for Marijke Adderman.
Yeah, and 5 for 5 from the foul line, 100%, which is great. And we had picked Marijke earlier, Rob, as our Rick Hansen difference maker for the game, and she certainly did make that impact coming in off the bench and playing, not even playing too long, like only less than 20 minutes, and being able to put up huge numbers for Germany. So Adrian South will look to chat with Marijke Adderman here, our Sunrise Medical Player of the game.
Yeah, we'll just let the folks enjoy the atmosphere here at the MAC. German players want to thank the kids and the German contingent who some made the trip all the way from overseas, and we're getting high fives from the French players because of our fine broadcasting, I believe, Marnie.
Our booth, that's
yes.
right. In our protective booth here.
Seems like an awful lot of players. All right, and I believe that Marijke Adderman is standing by. And
Adrian South is having a little trouble with her microphone right now, so they're just going to quickly rectify that problem, and hopefully she'll be just right over there to chat with Marijke Adderman. And just to review the stats again, you can see Germany 80% from the foul line, 52% from the field, only 7 turnovers in the game, 33 rebounds, 16 assists. They really dominated France in all categories of the statistics. France really not able to do much, only got 44 shots off and shot 23% from the field, so really not a good offensive outing for them, but it really speaks to the quality of the German defense.
Well, we will have our interview with Marijke Adderman. You know, it's interesting, she's player of the game. She could put up all kinds of great numbers, Marnie, and yet the German team has got 2 other players that are right up there in terms of Monin and Schoenemann, and it's almost like they have a 3-player punch that they can use at any. If anything happens to the other 2, you know, they've got 3 that can do the job.
They certainly do, and that's really advantageous. If anybody happens to get in foul trouble or is not having a good day shooting, they rotate one in for the other, and they're able to really not lose much in terms of height or shooting consistency. So Germany, very tough. They've got a good bench, really experienced players on that team. We'll be looking to see them do well tomorrow in the semifinals, and we'll see later today who they end up playing against.
All right, now Adrian South standing by with our Sunrise Medical Player of the Game. Take it away, Adrian.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Marijke Adderman. She is the Quickie Player of the Game. How are you feeling about that win? You remain undefeated in this tournament.
Yeah, it's a great win. We always talk about the quarterfinal being the toughest game, really, because it means so much to get under the Final 4 and make it to the semifinal. I think we went out on the court and played a good game, played our game, and defeated France.
And now, looking ahead, you would either take on the U.S. or Great Britain, depending on who wins those, I believe. What do you do from here to prepare for that?
We'll meet to watch the USA GB game tonight as a team, watch our competitors, see how they play against each other, and then we'll probably prepare tomorrow by watching some video and review it all, talk about it, and yeah, play the game tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Congratulations on being Quickie Player of the Game and remaining undefeated in this tournament. With that, I will send things back over to the booth.
All right, thanks, Adrian, and thank you to Marijke. And she speaks perfect English, doesn't she? You can almost think she goes to school in the U.S.
with a bit of a Midwest accent there.
Again, big thank you to our Sport That Moves You sport partners in this game today: Ontario Trillium Foundation, the Canadian Paralympic Committee, the province of Ontario, and Sport Canada. You see it. Germany wins big, 70-25 over France. We've got our second quarterfinal coming up shortly. It'll be China against the Netherlands. We'll be back in just a short time. On behalf of Marnie Abbott-Peter and Adrian South, my name is Rob Snook. We'll talk to you again shortly.